Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Latin Series Speaker. I'm your host, Hanna Guzman, and I have Carlos Mariano on the line. I'm super excited. Carlos, welcome. How are you?
Yay! I'm doing great. I'm happy to see you. And it's always amazing to share something with you.
If you guys don't know, Carlos is Magic Man. He's my biggest internet crush. I don't say that very often. It's like Will Smith, who, but I'm not here to talk about you. You're here to talk about you. So tell us a bit about yourself.
So, a bit about myself. I'm Carlos, and I'm originally from Venezuela. And now I'm Canadian as well, which is great. And I'm very proud of it. Um, and I do magic. So, yeah, I work with tarot cards, angels, channeling, meditation, all that great stuff.
You just do it all. He hasn't done it. He does courses, he does readings, he does events, he has a podcast, he's on YouTube, you do Instagram lives. You should hire me to do your PR work.
Yeah, thank you very much. And honestly, I don't know how I do it. Like I have no idea how I've managed to do all of these things on my own, actually. But it's been great. It's been a learning curve, and it's been an amazing journey. I've got a beautiful community as well that are always there supporting me and supporting my work. And that is a blessing. I feel very lucky.
You are a source. I don't even, whenever, if you guys don't know, the only person I like on stage, other than myself, is Carlos.
That's true. And that is true. She always says that, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
How did you, so for our listeners that are watching, our viewers that are watching, how did you come to Canada? What was that like? Did you decide just one day, forget it, I'm going to Canada? How was that like for you?
Oh, you know what? Well, I always wanted to leave Venezuela, where I came from. And then I remember back in I was like 22 years old, and I was
So
just like
yesterday.
getting yesterday, like just 2 years ago. And I was finishing university, and I'm like, okay, I really want to leave. So Canada was there. I tried doing it back in the early 2000s, and it didn't work. And then 7 years ago, more than 7 years ago, I started off with the process of coming here again. I thought of Europe, didn't work as well. So I thought, okay, let's just put Canada in the map again. And it's funny, because now that I've been here for a while, and that I'm Canadian and stuff, when I was a little kid, my dad gave me this digital encyclopedia, which was very basic. We're talking early 90s. So, and it had all of the countries in the map, and all of the countries in the map, and the national anthems. And I will always go to Canada. I don't know why. So I think, like, very in a very early stage of my life, I knew what was coming.
That is phenomenal. I really like that. Sometimes I feel we go around things and we go around things and we end up right where we wanted to as kids, but it just has to take us, a couple navigations here and there and reroutes.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Google says, rerouting now. Yes, please.
Oh yes, and as I said, it took me a while. I tried once, didn't work out. Then I thought, forget it, Canada is not for me. I thought of Europe, didn't work out as either, and then I came back to my Canada plan.
You are more Canadian than bacon and you're a vegetarian, so that's a lot to say.
Okay, that says a lot. Yeah.
I love it. I love it whenever I'm on stories. You're so like patriotic and you show the Canada flag with all these like scenery. So that's I'm like, yes, Carlos, you go.
I love this country, and I love the opportunities that has given me. And as I said, it's funny because I never thought, like, probably after my 20s, I thought, okay, kind of, because you know what, even before that, my initial plan was Australia, and then my brother, who lives in the States, and he's lived in the States for decades, he told me, why don't you consider Canada? I'm like, why? I'm going to Australia. And he's like, well, it's in America, it's closer, and la la la. And I'm like, okay. And that's when it's like when that idea started to like develop in my head. But yeah, I love this country, as I said, and from the very beginning, when I was a little child, I would go, "Oh, Canada."
So we were destined to be besties from the
There you
beginning.
go. Yes.
I have to ask you, immigrating is always so difficult. Like I myself have struggled with it, even though I came at 5. I still, you know me personally, I think very Dominican some days. Like it just happens. So if you could see Carlos on the plane coming to Canada for the first time, what would you tell him?
Wow. Wow. That lots of things. So what you were afraid of on the plane happened, but happened for the best. So that is what I would say to that younger Carlos. And also, I think for myself and for everyone that's even thinking about moving to another country, um, emigrating like leaves you naked in the middle of the street, and you have to rebuild yourself with whatever you find and have. um, but it's an amazing experience. I wouldn't be this man that I am now if I hadn't done it. So like I would do it all over again if I had to. But it's a very transforming and i- experience. There are no words to express how amazing and at the same time challenging it is to move to another country.
It is most definitely, but I feel like you, and I applaud you for this. I feel like you've done it so exceptionally well with all the bumps in the roads and everything else that comes along with all this. You just come out, you're just like, yes, I'm here. And it's
I'm
just,
here since the very beginning, Hannah. I said, okay, I'm home, and I'm gonna make this place my home, and it feels like that. And I had no plan B. Like it was my plan A all the time. Because the thing is that if you have a plan B when you're doing something like that, you will always go to that plan B because it's a lot easier to go back, and you have to mourn, like because there is some kind of a mourning thing when you leave a country that saw you when you were born, right?
yeah.
So you always want to go back to the easiest thing. And we people try like tend to romanticize the past, which was not my case. I'm like, okay, this is my future and I want it to be romantic now.
You, I can't even begin to say like the honor it is for me to always interview you or just be in the same space of you because you hit the nail for me big time and it's there's no plan B. This is what it is. And I always say this. I'm like, this is esto es lo que hay. So,
That's right. This is what I got. So what am I gonna do with what I've got now? Because it's a very like it's a human attitude we've got, behavior, that we tend to think and focus our attention on the things we don't have, and that's how we don't live the present moment. Everybody's goes like, oh, live the present moment, live in the here and now, but they don't tell you how. So let me tell you a little bit of a secret. The like how you do it is that like you just do whatever you gotta do with what you have now, because what you don't have, you probably don't need it, but you think you do. So you have whatever you need, whatever you really really need, you have it now. And so if you focus on that and try to enjoy it, that's when you live the present moment, the here and now, whatever you want to call it.
uh, you're you're a dream. I think I'm
Oh,
like,
thank you.
you're such a dream. Like just talking to you, it's like I hope you guys are catching these gems that this magical person is talking about because he's hard to get a hold of. So, enjoy it. He's here and then he's gone. But I have to commend you and I always have to applaud you because you always come with the truth. Even the stuff that we don't want to hear. And I'm like, oh, Carlos is talking to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry when that happens. But, I even told myself when you asked me that question, what would I say to my younger version? I told myself the things you were afraid of, they happened, but they're for your own good and highest benefit.
It is, you know, that's one of my mantras. That is one of my mantras that I say to myself is whatever is happening is for the higher good of me, even if I feel like it's for the higher good of me. So every single time something horrible happens or like I feel bad, I'm like, this is for the higher good. Because if I feel like this now, when I feel better later, or if I feel worse later, at least I'll have some kind of scale to know, okay, well, I felt like this here, but then this happened. Or I felt like this here, and then, oh God, that happened. And that was even worse than feeling what I felt that point, right? But that's life, that's reality, right? So that's why I always applaud you because you speak. What is it? Toxic positivity. You're not positive, like you're not like
Not
everything
at all. No, because you gotta go through the pain as well. You gotta work your shadows and see what's there for you to heal. And
is.
you gotta allow yourself to feel sad some days as well, because those are human emotions that you've got to live.
Ah, I love talking to you. Can I move in with you? Can I move in? I'll cook.
Please, if you cook, okay, that's it. That's all I needed. Because
YouTube, you
I
heard him.
don't,
I
I
can
don't
move
like
in just to
cooking.
cook.
I don't like cooking, so that's great. Yeah.
I'm so glad if you're in Toronto, you know, things are open. I'm so happy that I haven't gone anywhere, but just the fact that I know that maybe I can go sit somewhere and have somebody serve me something, I'm just like, oh my goodness.
We should do that very soon, actually, because it's been a while. Like, not even when they like open things up back in
Whatever they did.
2020, I didn't go to it like anywhere because I was just too, I don't want to say afraid, but I was cautious of,
Yeah. Yeah.
we didn't know what we were dealing with. So yeah, I'm excited about the future and how we as human beings are going to um uh, react or just react and behave with all this new things that we're about to encounter, because it's been a while since we don't socialize that much. And
Yeah.
I do hope people are more empathetic, and I hope we've learned our lesson. I know it's not going to be 100%, but I do hope that we have learned our lesson when it comes to being more empathetic, learning what really matters and appreciate it as well. Um, if you didn't learn the lesson during this pandemic, I don't know what's going to take.
I listen, lessons learned. I have a whole book full of them now. Whole
Okay.
book full of them now. And I find myself more empathetic because whenever I hear of like troubling news or something's wrong, I feel it more. It's just this feeling. Oh my goodness. I'm just like, oh, it's just this
Yeah,
feeling
yeah,
that I get and I feel so bad.
I'm way more sensitive as well. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I've always been sensitive, but I'm getting to the point like, Carlos, don't cry.
Right? You feel it. You totally feel it. You do. And it's just so many things happening in the news. And I don't like to, you know me, I don't like to get political. But there's just some of the things that have happened and they bother me. And they would never bother me before, but now it's just,
Mhm.
there's so many injustices in the world and there's so many things, not to go off the deep dark end. But and you were sitting here and all we've had to do was stay home. That's it.
That's
As
mm,
that's all I've had to do is stay home and deal with normal stresses. But there's people that have really faced adversity with themselves, with their race, with where they come from, with why who they like, and if they like this person or that person. It's just what the whole we could go on and on and on. And you and I we've spoken for hours and hours. But I really just think that if we're just nice to each other,
that's all it takes. That's
right?
all it takes. And you just nailed it. We are living in a very polarized um time
Mm,
for humanity. And I think we're segregating ourselves way too much now.
mm,
Um, and I think we just gotta go that simple, as you just said it. Be nice. That's all we need. Be empathetic and be nice. And there's there's too much going on, and I know this is leading to a higher change. And when big groups, a society, are going through a change, we tend to go to the extremes,
Mhm,
but and that's kind of the annoying part, and it also annoys me a lot to
mhm,
see that people are so black and white.
mhm,
but but yeah, it all comes down to being nice to others and forget about the color of your skin for a little bit. Forget about where you came from and what people might think about that, or
mhm.
your sexuality. Like, come on, I'm Latino, I'm gay, um, I'm not white. I mean, there's a lot on me, but I don't think about it all the time. Because if I do, and I think that the world is against me, well, guess what? The world is gonna be against me.
Yeah.
So I don't think myself as just that. Yeah, I'm Latino, I'm gay, I'm all of these things, but I'm a lot more than that. And I'm just a human being trying to bring more magic and happiness and peace to this world. And I want people to feel that, and I want people to share that with their own selves too.
Oh, we're gonna be friends forever.
That's for sure.
We're gonna be friends forever. This life, next life, and all the other lives. I'm gonna
Oh,
find you.
God
I'm
bless you.
gonna
Yeah.
find you. This has been a fun chat. It's always fun with you. Where can our viewers find you if they want to keep up with your courses, and all the cool stuff that you do online? What are your Instagram handles and your website?
Yeah, well, my website, everybody calls me Carlucho. So that's my Instagram handle at call me Carlucho, Carlucho. And then my website is carlucho.ca. Very Canadian, as you said. And yeah, you'll find me there. I'm always there. You can DM me. You can just um, talk to me and ask me a question, and I'll be there for you. Um, and it's been a beautiful journey doing this when I thought it wouldn't be possible years ago.
Mhm,
And I'm talking from an immigrant perspective. When
mhm,
I first came here, I had very terrible jobs. I had no time.
mhm,
I didn't think I would be. It felt so distant, the idea of being the owner of my own time and being my own boss, because I used to have three jobs and work Sunday to Sunday. Um, but but you know what? You can do it as I did, and um, one of the things that I would tell myself as well, and I would tell you, the viewer, is that take care of your mental health and don't lose yourself into this thinking that you've got to prove yourself that much. Your mental health is everything, everything, and that is your priority.
mhm. That was a mic drop. I don't even know what to say after that. Every single time, he's the only guy that leaves me speechless. Everybody, um,
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. It's so easy to come with these words when I'm with you. I told you we're magic together. So that's
it's true. It's true. And you know what? Don't take yourself as seriously. Um, we, God no.
God, no. The Lord and my people know that I'm always laughing, and I love to not take life seriously, and I don't take myself seriously either.
Who does at this point? You can't. You can't. That's the magic of being in business for yourself. I find that even when you're in this all these corporate jargons and all this stuff. There's so much red tape, and you can't really say one thing and meh, meh. But just being you and starting your own business is the first step.
Oh, that's freedom. I can say whatever I want to say. Um, and I can do whatever I want to do. I have no people, just telling me, no, that's not a great idea. I go with that. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it was my idea, right? And I
Thank
love the
you.
fact that, yeah, I used to, I did some gigs with somebody, and this somebody was like, oh, don't say that. It's not corporate enough. I'm like, oh, hell no. I left my corporate job. because of this. So,
This is
so
why I did it.
this is why I'm on my own now, and I love it.
I think you are meant to be the biggest star the world has seen. I
Oh,
always
thank you.
say it. I always say it like, Carlos is such a star. You're my biggest internet crush. I tell you, like it's my favorite, one of my favorite people, other than myself, because we all know how much I like
Yeah.
me. So it's but it's true. It's true. It's true. You're a true meaning of like the immigrant dream. I find that you come here, you try this, you try that, you try this, you try that, and it's at the end of the day, you and I both know that we're meant to work for ourselves. Like we just know, but we try the avenues. Like I said, the reroute. The reroutes. But eventually, you were meant to be doing courses and mass and teaching people like mass people all at the same time, um, as opposed to one-on-ones and things like that. And you're doing it on your own time. You're doing it by
Oh
the time
man.
it's 20, what
Yeah.
is it, 2030, we're just going to be
Oh,
a whole
I'm
different.
gonna be younger.
Obviously we have to be like Daddy Yankee. Have you seen him?
Oh God, he doesn't age. I need his secret along with Jennifer Lopez's.
I'm dying to meet him at this point and be like, what do you do?
I know, like I don't get it, but 2030, I'll be like, just like this.
No, I'm telling you, 2030, you guys, I'm not, I can, when have I lied? I know what I see. I see. Trust me, 2030, this is the thing. I just, for some reason, because in 2030, I'd be 40. So for some reason in my head, that's like the age that I feel like it's just all gonna come together. So all the hard work of all the different things. So
Shut up! I just realized by 2030, I'll be closer to my 50s.
you would have been done already then. It would have happened for you.
Oh my God! But you know what?
Like that.
Aging is a thing. I love my age. I'm not old, but I love my age, and I love how wise you become with age if you take advantage of that. Because some people don't, and they
No,
are
no.
70 and they're still immature.
No, this is true. This is true. I wonder, like, just the mindset of, because lately I've been talking just with older people, and I'm like, hey, I understand that thought process that you're
Hmm.
doing, right? So it's always interesting for me just to see. Me, I'm fascinated with ideas and people and how they take their ideas from in here to here. It's just fascinating to me. I think it's the most fascinating
Yeah,
thing ever. Just to see the idea from in here to in person. Do it over and over and over and over again. Like it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating. Um, but now we're rambling. Now the whole time, this is what happens with Carlos. Carlos is
I'm
doing.
just letting you go.
Oh, this is gold. Oh, I'm gonna keep this interview forever. Maybe I won't air it. This is how I felt last time. I never want to air you.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh my goodness. We must go for drinks and do the thing or something.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, please,
Schedule
please.
me in somewhere in your busy calendar blocks of here, and I'll go knock your door
You can always do that as well. You know where I live.
and be like, "Come here. We're going in."
Please bring cookies though. Those awesome cookies that you have are like close by.
What cookies?
Yeah,
Did I bring cookies?
cookies you used to bring to my
Oh,
event.
the cookies! Oh my goodness! I haven't had those cookies since that event. I kid you not.
Okay, well that's a good thing because they're so addictive.
Yes, the brittle. Ooh, oh my goodness, with lemon.
Oh
Oh,
God, I just gave you nasty idea.
the cookies. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go buy. If I end up buying them this week, I'll tag you. The car-
Please do so because they're so good.
Fine, the cookies. This was fun. We have to do this again. We should go on live one of these. I say this all the time and we never do.
I know, I know.
We should go on live and talk about. I have a couple of subjects that I want to,
Well, I'm always up for it. You just let me know, like today.
the non-traditional subjects I want to touch upon because
I always say yes to you. So you just tell me when, and I'll be there.
Tell me when. No, we have to. I have to. There's a couple of ding 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 that I'm ready to let it rip. You know me, once I start, doesn't stop.
Yeah,
So I gotta you're rolling your I know. Don't worry, they're coming. They're coming. Give me a minute.
I know they are.
They're
When
coming.
they come, they come.
This was fun, Carlos. Let's do this
Oh,
again. I'm bringing cookies before the end of summer, I promise.
please, I'm just looking forward to them and to
I have a
seeing
bike
you as
now. I
well.
bike places. Did you know
Um,
that? I have a bicycle and I bike places.
oh well, you can always bike here, so you don't feel guilty about eating those cookies.
Penny. I named her Penny the bike. Yeah.
There you
Go
go.
everywhere together. She's my new friend.
Thank you, Hannah, again for your invite and for this amazing series about the
Oh,
Hispanic community in Canada too. So thank you for that and for being a voice for our Hispanic community.
oh, thank you. You know me, I try. I
Oh,
can
come on. You're more
uh
Hispanic than I am.
I can only eat all the empanadas. Like how
I,
many
I know. I know. I know. Well, big kiss, hun.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.